Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the codes are out, so that is right. So if you do support me, obviously the link is always down in the description. I have sent all my supporters the codes, so that way you can get your 1000 essence and your 30 fragments and 30 weapon enhancements tier 2 materials. Alright, so again, if you support me, I sent all of your guys' codes, your guarantee codes, a while back. So if you haven't checked, go check and get your resources and materials. As always, here are the 100 free codes I'll give out on each, being 1000 essence and ruins, of course. To those that aren't supporting anyone who just needs a freebie code, there you go. It's first come first serve. Again, to those that support me, you are guaranteed a code. The minute I get the codes, I instantly send them out. So to anyone who chooses to follow me even after I upload this video, I do check twice a day now, so by the end of the day you will get yourself a code guaranteed. And I'm always now going to keep a few, so that if people follow me, let's say next week or the week after, I'm always going to have the 1000 essence code ready for the people that choose to follow me at a later stage. Alright, same as before, this is the other set of codes. Will first come first serve. Obviously it's one per account, so get at it. I believe we are also I believe there's 2 more new codes coming my way, and maybe in a week or 2 weeks time. So again, if you do choose to follow me now, then when I get the new set of codes coming in at a later time, again, you're guaranteed those codes. So in the most recent developer notice, it has come to our attention that Choi is going to be getting a buff, and Emma's also getting a buff, so that's going to be interesting. So the fire team are coming in hot, pun intended. And of course, as we're aware, the July content, or the July month content, is going to revolve around the fire element, unless they change things, which they shouldn't. I feel like everything is going to be kept as is with the fire element getting the buff, because you also got to keep in mind that we're also going to be getting a new Jinwoo weapon catering to the fire element. So fire element right now should be dropping it in July if all is scheduled correctly. And so Suyeon is coming into the game, and as we're aware, she is more as a sub DPS type of character. Now I want to say that she could very well be the main DPS character, which means she's kind of overriding Choi, and so Choi is actually potentially now falling in line to be a sub DPS / support for Suyeon. The reason being is because, well, I think with damage output wise for Suyeon, I think everything is on the table rather than Choi, because of course he doesn't really cater to the crit side of things, of course, so it doesn't kind of really make it so that the whole offensiveness is really on the table for Choi himself. He's kind of limited in terms of just keeping it raw in terms of attack, defense, pen, damage increase, right, just keeping it around that area. Whereas Suyeon, we can really push it to provide her with giving the enemy that 20% defense drop with Choi, then providing the defense pen and the attack buff through Emma. And now we've got the new artifacts to really cater to push more for our DPS characters, which it really is making it sound like that Suyeon really is the main potential DPS fire unit to come. And so when it comes to the potential buffs for Choi and Emma, I feel like for Choi it might be heavily needed. Now with that being said, Emma, I feel like she might be stuck in between. Now what I mean by that is, obviously when Suyeon does drop, she has the potential, if the kits does stay the same, to increase our defense pen. And so through that, if they choose to keep that part of her kit where she's providing buffs for the defense pen, of course, then Choi himself will effectively feed off from that, right? Because of course with the defense drop he provides, if we can cater to more in his defense pen, then his damage output will be absolutely beautiful. As it stands right now with Emma, obviously with the skill that she has, it really does help him out by providing him with that buff when the heat emission is in effect. Now another way that we're starting to kind of really push our DPS characters is through the artifacts. So right now, as you guys can see, I've got the full-on curse set, which I want to do a quick run-in just to kind of see how well this curse set is, because obviously typically when you're running Choi, the initial set everyone will run is the armed set with the executioner set, right? This is the initial gear set that everyone will run. If you get Choi to A5, then it will be the one-hit kill set and the concentration of firepower, right? This is pretty much the end game version of Choi. But now we've got these new sets, and again that extra 50%, why not? That could potentially help us out. Let's try and see what we can cook up, right? I mean, we are taking the increased damage 20%, but with Choi, he's all about range, keeping our distance. So realistically, we can make good use of getting the 50% damage dealt increase. So we'll kind of cook that up. Now, with that, Emma is going to be the only support for the fire units. And so as much as I would love to apply the greed set onto her, so that way, obviously, we can get the crit rate and the crit damage going, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. This is why I say that obviously when we're building Emma, it's going to be leaning more towards either Choi or Suyun. But the thing is that the newest fire unit might be coming in more better because of course it's a new unit, and obviously the power levels have completely changed up to once Choi released, of course. Hence why I do see why they're going to probably buff him up to kind of, you know, make him good. And with that being said, because again, this is going to be catering to both your at the end of the day, that's the key thing that we need something that caters to both the units. Because I was sitting there and I'm just like, wait, hold on a minute, because my initial plan was to go full on greed with Emma. Then I realized, I was like, hold on a minute, this really is just kind of factoring one DPS character, where if I run a full fire team when Suyun does drop, I'm gonna have to rethink everything, because effectively I need both my DPS characters to benefit from the buff that Emma's gonna be providing outside of her skills, right? Because her skills is gonna be affecting both of them beautifully. Suyun right now, as we don't know her full kit, but I feel like with running the greed set, it'll be lovely for her, right? And if we choose to pair that up with like Mei-Lin or Min, of course, then that's fantastic if you want to go down that route to make it the main DPS, which might be the case. But if we're also going to be bringing on Choi to provide more firepower and to also provide support, of course, through the defense shop, of course, then I think the Burning Blessing set overall will be fantastic. And then so through that, I'm going to really cater to double DPS buffs. So I'm also going to provide with 28%. When tagging out, increase the user and team members attack. Okay, thank God. I was so afraid that this said team member, so meaning that the unit that she switches to, and so meaning that the unit that's in third in line won't get affected by this, but it says team members, so everyone's getting affected by it. So I think once we get Suyun drop for July, that this is probably the route that I'm going to be taking Emma. Oh, does Choi need to... Wait, Choi needs to... Oh my God, okay, so Choi needs to be in. Okay, so we need to get the counter going to 100. And then what I'm going to do is I will apply the buff from Emma, and then I want to do the ultimate, and I kind of want to see on where we're at. Okay, so we're at 100. So if I bring out Emma, and dodge, and then that's... We're at 14. Nice. We're at 15. Nice. Bring out Choi. Nice. Drop that, and then if we do the ult, so that's everything in effect. Okay, I was gonna say hopefully 1.5 is the mark. Damn, okay, that's actually good damage, especially with where my Choi was at. I'm doing way more than, yeah, so I'm running a full curse set. So effectively right now, if I did run my alternative gear set that I have for Choi, being the one-hit kill and the concentration of firepower, I'm doing more damage through this set. So that, yeah, I mean, I'm liking it. Yeah, level 4, level 5, level 6. Yeah, I'm happy with that damage output. So that was pretty solid. And to be fair, yeah, like look at that. So, some of the stats that I'm working with, I mean, it's not exactly quite there yet, but to produce that type of number, and to hit a little bit more above to if I was running again my previous gears, being the one-hit kill and the concentrate of firepower, yeah, no, I'm happy. Dope. Cool. I swear to God, if it comes out that Suyun is completely different and that she's not going to be a DPS character, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so pissed.